Hello all, welcome to the NetMinion solution. So this is a very unique concept and you will not get much of the videos about it over the internet as well. So let us start with that, but before proceeding, let me show you how our URL being divided into further parts. So over the screen, if you see over here, there is a URL that is www.netminion.net. So and then there is a backslash f5 hash administrator. So this is one complete URL. The URL can be different and different also, but we will check how this URL can be divided into further portions. Okay, so if you see here, this can be HTTP or HTTPS. I hope you are aware about the SSL encryption. So because HTTP is the open text, it is not good or not secure, we are using HTTPS. Okay, so for that again certificate is required, and if you are not aware about that, you can comment us, we can create a video on that as well. If you check the further parts like www.netminion.net, if this part you will check, this part even says that it is a HTTP host. Okay, and the rest part after the backslash over here is known as URI. Even URI can be divided into some more fields. So if you see here into this example.com, we are having the URI. This is the complete URI. We can see that this is the complete URI. But even we are dividing the URI part into the HTTP path. HTTP path is like where you are going, and if you are querying something, then it will come after this question mark. Okay, so whatever coming after the question mark means that is your HTTP query. So we have divided all of the URL into couple of the parts, that is host, the HTTP URI, and further the HTTP URI into the HTTP path and HTTP query. Let us proceed on the same, and we will see like how these parts are being divided. Okay, so URL means uniform resource locator. Okay, and a HTTP uniform resource locator can be composed of further following components which we have already discussed. Okay, here we are talking about the protocol schema. Okay, it means either it can be HTTP or HTTPS. So whatever it is used, that is your protocol. Then what is your FQDN is like for each your IP there is a complete name over there. Okay, so that FQDN name is known as your host. So if you talk about this URL which is into the bottom of our screen, so into this URL, this www.netminion.net, till here you are having the host field, and this host field can also comprise of some kind of port like 8080 or 8800 or maybe 80 or maybe 443 like that. So this all thing is required when we will use iRule or when we will use profile. So that is the reason, to make that part understandable, you need to be aware about this kind of whole composition, how our URL is being divided. Okay, so if you check over here, again it is the continuity of the previous topic. So URL, if we talk about the URI part as we talked, it can be comprised of path and the query. Path is something like if you are accessing further into your, so there should be a main page of your website, okay, or a web portal. If you are going inside into that, maybe into the sell option or into the buy option or something like that, means you are going into further path, right? So you are opening a further layer over there. So that part is known as path. But if you are querying something or if you are finding out something, maybe some kind of search or like that, so that part will come after the question mark. So once your question mark is getting appeared and whatever is coming after that, it means it is your query part. So you can see, if over the Google you will search for NetMinion, you can find out all of this kind of URI. Maybe bigger than that, it is somewhat compacted. So here you can see HTTPS is your protocol, Okay, www.google.com is your whole host, and after that you are searching something, and whatever coming after this question mark, like you are searching for what, netminion maybe. Okay, so then it is all about the query string. So whatever coming after the question mark, it means it is your query string. So this is how a URL can be divided into the URL host and URI. So both of those things, URL and URI, URL host and URI into our today's video, and we will show you how to achieve some kind of particular task using this kind of coding. Okay, so let us proceed further. So you know that string is a collection of the character, okay, and you can perform a lot of action over the string. So in string there is a function named as getField, which we will use in our today's video also. Okay, and I will show you how the redirection will can be achieved using the getField. So if you talk about the getField, the syntax is mentioned over there, that you need to write down getField whatever the string you have, that string, and if you wanted to split out down with some kind of delimiter, you can provide that, and from which index number you wanted to start it, what is the field number, you can provide that. Okay, so your string would be splits up on such kind of characters. And why it is used? Because if we are using some kind of non-standard port, maybe 8080 or something like that, okay, I need to grab such kind of stuff and I need to convert it into the 443. So that is the reason I will use this function. So example is provided over here. What we gonna use is, we gonna use getField function, and here I am telling I want only HTTP host, okay, and then delimiter is your colon, and after that 1. So whatever, like if you are using like netminion, okay, so netminion .net and colon, maybe it is using 8888 port, okay, I am just removing this part, okay, and by doing so what I can achieve is, I can achieve only netminion.net and I can redirect it to the some another port, maybe 443. So you may see on various web portals about the getField, but you will not receive like how this function is doing and how it is, you know, happening, or how it is providing you the correct results. So it is how it is providing you the redirection. Okay, without getField also you can achieve this task, but again, if you wanted to remove the non-standard port, you need to use getField, so that after your colon everything can be vanished and your HTTP host and your URI can be extracted from the complete your URL. I hope it is good for you. Now let us proceed further. So if you see here regarding our I rule, okay, the traditional I rules, so you know you are aware about, you know, I rule, like what I rule is doing and how I rule will proceed. If no, maybe you can check our video over the I rule, that is coming above over the I button, you can click and you can check over there. So in I rule you gonna check about an event, then there is a condition, and as per that condition action would be taken. So here is the event would be HTTP request, then condition is if URI is equal to example 1 or something like that. Okay, then what we are doing, action is like we are redirecting the page, but again the getField is coming into the picture, okay, about what we were talking before some time. So this is how like getField will come into the picture, and you can achieve your task using getField, and you can remove the non-standard port and you can just redirect it to the exact host and exact URI whatever it is coming. So this is all the confirmation or all of the clarity about the getField, that how it is splitting the value on specific character, that is colon over here, okay, and if it is a non-standard port, it will remove that, okay, and then back to the concatenated string like host and URI would be concatenated again. So this is how the redirection will place in iRule. But in today's videos, as I told you, we are not gonna use iRule, we are gonna achieve this task using policy, and we will check how policy will work. Okay, so bye bye iRule. Now, like, welcome to the policies and iRule. If you will check, you will find out that policy is much faster and much easier. Okay, so if you talk about the TCL string, see these kind of the very simple topics which you will not get over the internet so much easily. You need to surf multiple of the forums, and after that also there is no guarantee if you would be able to find it out. Okay, so what the TCL string is and how it come into the picture. You know that the tool command line language is your a language, okay, a very compact language which is into this platform, and iRule is written over that language only. So a string optionally contain TCL command line language. So if your string is having TCL language, okay, you can begin with this word TCL and colon. Okay, so if you are using like that, it means your interpreter will come to know that okay, this is a TCL and I need to send it to the TCL interpreter. Okay, and whatever execution should be done, it would be done by your TCL interpreter only. So this part you make note of it. Okay, we are gonna use in our lab, and I will show you how using the profiles, the same iRule which we were representing over the previous slide. So let me show you this slide. We gonna convert this iRule into the profile and will achieve the same task, okay, same output using profiles. Let us proceed further now. So here we are just explaining about the iRule versus policy. Okay, so currently after 12.1 we are having the policy in front of us. Okay, and instead of iRule we can use the policies functions, and policies are much faster than the iRule, easy to manage, syntax is so much easy. Okay, coding stuff is easy, so much easy to manage, and you can use your policy instead of your iRule. Okay, so this is our lab time when we will check maybe 1 or 2 scenario I will show you today, how to create your own policy, how you can using the policy you can achieve a particular task. Okay, so get ready. Thanks. Let me show you my lab. Okay, so let me log in into my device. This is my F5 device, and if I check about the virtual servers, there should be 2 virtual servers. One is your HTTPS and one is your HTTP. Okay, and I hope all of you are aware about that HTTP virtual server will not have pool into it. Okay, if request is coming over there, it need to be redirected to the HTTPS. It will use the pool which is mentioned into your HTTPS netminion.net. Okay, so let us check how it is behaving and how it is working. But before that, let me check if there is some kind of iRule or something like that should not be available into my. Okay, so there is a policy already there. Let me remove this policy and finished over it. So if you check over here, if I will run 192.168.100.80, and let me copy it, Control Shift I to open the developer tool. Okay, I wanted to open the developer tool. You can open it from here, go to the more, and from here the developer tool you can select over there, and it should be open. Okay, if I press enter over there, you can see that somewhat it is tried but it got failed. Okay, so you can see over here, if you just check, it is the HTTP referred policy, no referred policy when downgrade, and it is not responding to your request. Now our main goal is when any client is hitting to HTTP VS or virtual server, it should be redirected to the HTTPS VS by its own. Okay, so if my client is using HTTP or HTTPS, it should be encrypted, it should be secure. Okay, it should not be an open kind of stuff. The one which we can use here is the iRule also. Okay, if you go over here over the iRule, you can see the F5 is providing you the redirect iRule that is by default. Okay, you can see it is F5 verified and it is coming into your device by default. So here it is all written like how this iRule is, what this iRule is describing about. So if you check again, this is the same, the HTTP get field kind of stuff it is using. Okay, so let us use first this iRule. Okay, if I am going to here HTTP, going to the resource, going to the manage, and here let me use the HTTP redirect iRule and finish it. Okay, okay, perfect. Now let us go here and press Ctrl F5 so that it can be loaded again this page. So if you check, my connection is getting established, and if I check over here also, you can see the requested URL is HTTPS now, correct? If you click over here, you can see that it is 302. What 302 is? 302 means a redirection is there and a redirection policy is coming into the picture. That is your status code 302. You can find it out into your Wikipedia or some other page. You can see here the response header is now converted to the HTTPS, correct? If you will press advance or something like that, you gonna come about the web page also. Okay, whatever the server is back in the background is responding to this web page, that should respond, but that hardly matter, like either it is getting coming or no. So you can see the web page is now there and it is serving. Okay, but main thing is your iRule. You have written some kind of iRule, it was already there and you use it, but you are using this iRule which is into the TCL format. Okay, what if I want to use policies for the same stuff? I can use policies in very much easy format, and here you go for the policy. Okay, you need not to make such kind of complete stuff. So let me delete this. And let me delete this also. Checking over the policies, if there are any policies or there or no. Okay, if you see the policy is not there. Okay, let us create a policy together. So if you click over the create button, you can see we can provide any kind of policy over here. So I am just giving any kind of name, maybe internal or something like that, and I am saying over the first matching rule it should get execute. When I am pressing over the create policy button, we are under the policy. From here you can just select that save and publish policy or whatever option you wanted to use, you can use that. Okay, I am by default just creating it. It would be come into the draft mode. After that I can publish it later on. So let us see. So I am just creating, I am redirecting, and I am redirecting to NetMinion. Okay, so all traffic, when my all traffic will get match, we can see over here, here it is showing that when all traffic is match. Okay, I am leaving it by default, but there are multiple of the conditions which you can use over here. You see, these are the different conditions which you can use. Okay, and you can match, is not. So it is a plain English kind of stuff that you people can be able to understand. Okay, but I am leaving it as it is. I am saying when my all traffic is coming, what I need to do, I need to redirect. I will use redirect. Which location? So which location we need to redirect, we can provide that kind of location, particular location. So if your location is maybe see, if I wanted to redirect to the netminion.net, I can redirect over here also. Okay, and it should be at the request time. If I will save it, okay, to the redirect, and this policy will come into my draft page. From the draft I can publish it also. So I can from here also, and maybe from outside also I can publish it. So I am just publishing this policy so that this policy will come into here into my published policy icon. So you can see over here my policy is published now. Name of the policy is internal. I will go to my virtual server, whatever virtual server I need to use over here. Again I will go to the resource like I was going into the iRule. Here you just check with the policy, and that policy which you create will available in this field now. Just drag it to the enable mode, finish it out. Okay, now if you check over here, because my internet is not working currently, if I will press Ctrl F5 again, okay, because it is HTTPS, let me use HTTP again. So it should be 192.168.100.80. okay, and I need to open the developer tool again. So if I press enter over here, you can see that my request is now going to the www.netminion.net. Can you see? So my request, which is reaching to the 192.168 IP, okay, 192.168.100.80 IP, it is now converting to the netminion.net. Over the above also the bar, you can see that this IP is now converted to that. So policy is working fine. Now let us test it with some kind of local virtual server. What if I need to send my request to the local virtual server which exists over here? So let me remove this policy first from here, okay, and let me add one more policy. Okay, I am creating a new policy over here, and this time this policy will go to my, okay, I can maybe use redirection to virtual server, okay, or we can use, maybe we can use some another name, HTTP, and from HTTP to HTTPS. Okay, so HTTP to HTTPS, and I will create the policy. It is taking some time. Let us get created. Okay, first match should be there, and after my first match it should run like that. Okay, and here you need to give name again. Maybe I am just giving the name redirection. Again I will match it for all of the traffic. I don't want to change my traffic. Okay, and if it is coming for any of the traffic, what I need to do, I need to do redirection. Okay, redirection to which location? So now the question come for you. Okay, if it is redirecting, where we need to get it redirected? We need to redirect it to the virtual server which is using policy, correct, which is using HTTPS, okay, using your policy. Now let us use the TCL kind of language, okay, so that my all of the traffic should go to the TCL interpreter before using, and I will use again the get field and all of the stuff, and I am putting the same kind of stuff. So it would be your TCL and same. I am saving it at the request time. Okay, when you will save it, it will be in your draft position. Okay, if you want to from here you can just do save and publish. If you will publish it now into the redirection policy, it will get published, and your string should be go from HTTP to the HTTPS using policy this time. Okay, so let us go to the virtual server again, my same virtual server, and let us go to the resource, into the resource, go over here, select it, finish it. Okay, that's it. Now let me open the developer tool again. Okay, and let us run this 192.168.100.80. if you run it, you can see, okay, maybe due to the cache or something it is using that. Let me press Ctrl F5 again. Okay, no, okay, let me remove it and let me go to new window. By the way, let me check the policy. Okay, it is the HTTPS. Okay, let us use this window, and let me open the developer tool again, and 192.168.100.80 this time. And if I am doing it, you can see that a 302 is there now. Okay, so redirection has been done, and above over the address bar you can see it is redirected to the HTTPS. Correct. So same policy which we used over here, now it is redirected. So 302 status code is found again, and it is redirecting to your HTTPS. Yeah, so that is how you can use your policy instead of iRule, and you can achieve the same task. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Do like, press the subscribe button, do comment, so that we can create multiple such kind of videos and you would be able to get them. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye bye.